Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to some of us who are in the far side of the world. This is actually an unplanned, this is an impromptu meeting. I'm just wanting to have a small conversation for just a few minutes with you guys because of 4 parents who called me over the last 2 days. Really worried because of some conversation that went online that about Australia, about the children coming over here, about how they live, how they survive, and especially people who have girls here in Australia. To start with, if you're watching me right now, I want to thank you so much for coming to watch me. Thank you even for the new people who have come. I welcome you to this family. Thank you very much. I don't take your support for granted. Receive all my thanks, as I also wish you an early Merry Christmas. Thank you so much. So let's go back to the topic, and this is about international students. I'm gonna split it in two today. One, I'm going to address the parents who bring children to Australia. And I don't want to mention names here. I just want to go straight to the topic that demystifying some of the facts, some of the things. It's not actually facts, but some of the ideas that have been running online over the last couple of days. And I'm talking being in Australia, and this is South Australia. If somebody else is in other parts of Australia, please say how your other parts are running. You can let us know. Also, you can comment here. If I'm talking the truth, you can also tell us. Because actually, the parents who called me were worried about their children here. And that's why I'm saying I'm going to divide it into two. Parents who send children to Australia. I will agree with the fact that when parents are sending children to Australia, surely, my people, there's no parent who will wish anything bad to happen for their children. Everyone is looking for greener pastures. Life has become very difficult, and it's everywhere. And if you've had another parent who has given you information about Australia, surely you will not deny. Surely you would also like to take your child to that country that you think that it's much better than where you are. So I agree with those parents, and they've actually taken a very good step, even bringing their children to Australia. So that's the first step, and that is very good. So bringing your children here, it was not in vain. So, and the other thing is that it depends again with the agency you used. Some agencies are good, some agencies are bad. So when you are bringing your children to especially Australia, I'm talking about Australia alone. I don't know about Germany, I don't know about UK, and I don't know even about America or other parts of the world, how they run. So those who brought their children to Australia, did you give a background check to the agency that was bringing your children here? Because I do understand some agencies are just scammers, others are up to getting money. Did you give a good background check so to avoid regrets later? So it's also good to give a good background check of the agency. Just know that the agency you're using, you have seen it being used by other people. And also get feedback from your children when they get to Australia. Just also ask them how they have gone. Did you get accommodation? Did these people promise you to have to get accommodation? Did you actually get accommodated? So that's the thing. So another thing with the parents is that some of the parents will not even follow up to see how their children are going on. Some of the parents when they send the children here, it's like, you know, some kind of a good riddance. And I'm not saying this is not generalizing. I'm just saying just a few who will just send the children here, and the children will survive on their own, and maybe they are struggling, maybe they've crashed down into depression or into stress, they've got into very bad groups, bad friends who will you know, they will indulge in many bad things, but there is no follow-up. I think also parents, if you decide to send children over here, it doesn't mean that your responsibility ends by sending them here. Also do a good follow-up. Call the children, call the guardians if there's with the guardian, and even call the school. It's okay to call the school. It's okay also to ask the agency. You know, if the agency is not giving you good enough information, that child also, you know, the school that your child is going, and it's free here in Australia, they would be even very happy. Even give out your phone number so that to the school, so that in case of anything, tell them in case of anything, just let me know. And it is allowed. You know, there's something called emergency contact in every institution, in every organization. Make sure that you as a parent back home, back in Kenya or back in every part of the world, when you're sending the children here, and this is how I know the system in Australia works, just get your name written as an emergency contact, and then they will be able to, the school will be able to contact you in case of anything. So in case the child is not, because it starts by skipping classes. Even the people, even the children who go into stress, it starts by skipping classes. So when they start in the initial stages, when they start, the school will be able to notify you. They will tell you, oh, we've noticed so and so has started missing classes. But don't wait until this child has been deported, and then you start blaming the whole system. You blame Australia, you blame how this place is crap. It is not crap. Did you ask yourself if your child followed the rules? Because here is nothing. There is nothing like you will do under the bridge. Everything is transparent, and no one has a bad gut feeling for your kid. Everyone is wanting well for your kid. And you know, when somebody has been dismissed from school, they have been given warning. That child has tried even to have some tribunal meetings, and they probably have failed. The child has been given several chances, but what you didn't know that as a parent is that maybe the child did not contact you to tell you that this is what was happening. The child were just doing all these meetings by themselves, or they were just using other people as their parents or as their contacts. Get involved. Parents, if you decide to send children over here, get involved. Get involved in their school. Ask if the fees has been paid, you know. Another thing with the parents is that, and this, I'm not generalizing, I'm just saying some of the parents who stress up their children, I have seen after some parents have sent their children here, you will see that they are demanding for money. Every time they will be calling and asking for money. They become too needy. Please, before even they graduate, the child even is struggling. They don't have even their accommodation, because when they come, they will not be able to rent their own apartment, like their own single apartment. So when they come, they normally share, and this sharing, they share with it's not like girls and boys. You choose, you go where the girls are if you're a girl, and the boys, their accommodation here for boys, and the accommodation others for girls, something like that, and everyone has their own bed. And people here, there are very many supportive people. Let us not discourage other parents who wants to bring children to Australia for study. Let us not discourage them. Surely, if there are places, very best places in the world, one of them I would say is Australia. I'm also a mother, and I'm not advocating for, campaigning for any agency. No, I'm not doing the campaign work. I'm just saying that this is one of the best countries to look after your children. This is one of the best countries that you would trust when your child is doing education in here. So when somebody is coercing other people not to bring children here, I think it's a bit it's a bit wanting. You just think, what are they up to? Maybe this person doesn't want their own children to come here, or that's why they are coercing other people. I don't know. I actually don't know. That's my own thinking. But it's also good to think that there are parents who have also brought children here. When you talk something negative, surely these parents, how are they going to feel? You are stressing a parent in Kenya right now. You are stressing a parent who is somewhere else, who is already having children here. So how did you leave that parent like? That parent is stressing right now. They are thinking something wrong is happening with their children. They are thinking something wrong is happening in the deportation, And shortly I'll talk about that. So when they say that 45 or so many people are in the rehabilitation centers, with utmost respect, I would want to demystify that. I work in mental health, and this South Australia, because somebody was specific to say that South Australia, surely South Australia, the city alone, it's not that big. From here, I'm just like 20 or 15 minutes to the city right now myself. And surely if I can count the hospitals which are around here, government hospitals, we have like 6 government hospitals, and they are not far away. I'm like in the center of them. The furthest from me now, the furthest is like 35 minutes away. And those are hospitals. Somebody said that there are rehab centers here having international students. I want to tell someone there that we used to have rehabilitation centers before, and that was about it's been more than 5 years ago. Maybe 10 years ago they were very functional, but now, because they were upgrading these hospitals, they wanted to upgrade these hospitals and give them all the facilities they wanted. So rehabilitation centers, surely they have been closed down, and the rehabilitation center that you will find is connected to a government hospital, like the one that is closer to me here. It's called Hampstead Rehabilitation Center. It's like if somebody is sick or is recovering from something like stroke, so they go and start learning again how to walk, stuff like that. But it's not like mental health patients are there. I think it was also not a good paint on the country and the system here. The system here, I'll never cease saying that this system is very good. And I work in mental health, and I actually haven't seen such a number. I don't know where the statistics is coming. I think it's just instilling fear. If you think I'm not correct, please put a comment there. I could be wrong. I stand to be corrected, guys. But I'm in here. The mental health hospitals we know here, because I think all the major hospitals, they have mental health wards. They have mental health units. And in there, surely, even the statistics is not adding up with what he's trying to say. I mean, I could be wrong, but guys, surely, if you're in South Australia, could you please put your comment there? We need to let people know what's happening and what is true. We need to remove this fear that has been instilled in people. People who wanted to bring their children here, they are like having, double-minded now. They are thinking, oh, we are not going to take our children. They got that fear now. Let me tell you, it's not every child that gets spoiled from here when you bring the children here. It's not all the children that get spoiled. It's only a few. And we'll talk about it in a minute. So I just want to encourage the people who are thinking to bring their children to come and learn in Australia. First, education is top-notch, one of the best education in the whole world, one of the top ranking universities. There are good universities here. Another thing is that it's a very good environment. Even somebody who is trying to learn driving, they will learn without worrying. There's no too much traffic on the road. And I'll bring you how our roads are here. If you can see my some of my shots in these videos, you will find that how clear the roads are. And it's in the evening, you see how clear the roads are. Surely, let people have independence of thinking. Let nobody think for you. If your plan was to bring your child to Australia, make sure that you achieve that plan. First of all, do a very good background check. Ask us who have assisted other parents to bring children here, and I'll bring them one time for the interviews here. People who have succeeded, and they came when they were, by the way, they came just immediately when they got their what do you call, ID card. They came here. Why are they still here? They have excelled. They don't just get spoiled, all of them. These people have kept their virtues. These people have kept their discipline. They have listened to people. Did you ask yourself, some of them, where they go astray? We have said, some of them, because some parents, they are too pushy. They are too selfish. They ask the money every time. Money, money, money. You ask these children, surely they will get stressed. They will get very stressed. Just if you send the children here for learning, do not use them as a machine for money. Let them go to school. When they finish the school, even when you send them to Kenyan universities, surely you wait for these children until they finish their school. When they finish, and then they will decide. I think the main aim when you take a child to school is that you want this child to be independent of their own lives. You don't want one time that these children, they will come back to you and start begging, or they will start, when you have advanced in age, these children are there and they are wanting your support. I think every parent would not wish something like that to happen to them. But don't use them that as a way of acquiring wealth, amassing wealth to yourself. You want to build a house because you saw another neighbor has built a house. And that's why we said, do not compare yourself with another person. People, your day 1 and another person's day 500, the 500, day 500, those are different days and they have different season. Appreciate your first day, because it's just like a stepping stone. You're going to go slowly and you're going to reach where other people are. Do not put pressure on this kid who is just here for the first day, for the first year. They haven't even finished their first degree. You're pressuring them, and that's why they get depressed. Where do you think this mental health sometimes is coming from? From you parents who push these children so much. Could you please leave these children? Encourage them. They only need moral support. They need your encouragement. I'm talking to you parents. Let us do what is right for us. Let us encourage these these children. Be their, role model. You hear some of the students have blocked their parents. Why? They have blocked their guardians. Why? Because of how they are nagging. They keep on nagging these children. And these hours, they are very different from back home, but you will find the calls are constant. Somebody want to pay, they took loan over there, but they want to pay with the money this child is earning. And I'm not saying it's all parents. Surely it's a few. And I'm not saying out of blues. It's something we have witnessed. These children, they tell us how their parents are disturbing them. Parents, let's do the right thing. Let's do our, let's stick to our responsibilities in looking after these children. All right? So that we don't lose them. We don't want to lose them in drugs. We don't want them to lose them in alcohol. We do not want to lose them in, in mental health issues. We don't want even to lose them for good. Okay? If you have any question, kindly ask us. I'm in Australia, specifically South Australia, and surely do not fear when you're sending your children here. There are good agencies. If there are bad agencies out there, there could be bad agencies, but just do a very good research on them and know which agency is good. Yes, don't just rush to an agency. Just know which agency is good. Okay? If you have a comment that you want to leave, just leave here. Let us discuss of how we are going to help our children, of how we are going to help our siblings. Let us see, how we're going to help them. And please follow me for in the next video. I'm going to talk to the children who normally come here, because I saw this video is going to be long. So I better talk to the children who come to Australia in the next video. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you. Bye.